Okay, solving an equation. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the plus 5. So we can rewrite the problem, leave a little space. So we want to try, the idea is to get the x all by itself. So that's what we're trying to do, is isolate the x. So what happened to the x? He got multiplied by 5, and then we added 5 to him. So the first thing you're going to do is undo the adding by subtracting 5. But remember, if we subtract 5 on the left side, we must subtract 5 on the right side. Now, when we solve the next step, we are going to simply be solving this side. So we end up with 5x plus 5 minus 5 gives us a 0. And 5x plus 0 is 5x's. We took away 5 on both sides. So we have a negative 210, and we know when we subtract, we can change that into adding the opposite. So subtracting 5 is adding a negative 5. Now remember how to add a negative plus a negative. Think, you have a whole bunch of negatives. How many negatives? 210 negatives. Then you're adding 5. So you're going to be adding 210 plus 5, which is 215, but they're negatives. So slow down and make sure you're doing your calculation right. So we have a 5x now, and that's equal to negative 215. Again, we can cover up the side without the letter. We can say, okay, what do we have here? 5 times x. How are we going to undo multiplication? We're going to divide. This line means to divide. We're going to divide by the number that's with the letter. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And then 1 times x is going to give us x. Anything times 1 is itself. So if you divide it by 5 on this side, we must divide by 5 on the right side. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. Now remember, this line means to divide. Top in, bottom out. 215 divided by 5. If you have 20, we have 4 groups. 4 times 5 is 20. Bring down the 1, bring down the 5. 5 times 3 is 15. So 215 divided by 5 is 43. But remember, we also have one negative sign. So when we're multiplying or dividing, we have one negative sign. The answer is a negative. So we have an answer of x is equal to negative 43. However, we should always check our work. So we're going to check our work by rewriting the original problem up here. We're going to rewrite 5x plus 5 is equal to negative 210. You're rewriting the original problem. We said our answer was negative 43. So under the x, we're going to substitute in negative 43. Bring down the plus, bring down the 5, bring down the equal, bring down the negative 210. Now we're going to solve the left-hand side. And this left-hand side, when we solve it, should come out to negative 210. So we're going to take a 43 times 5, and we get 215. But one negative sign makes a negative in multiplying or dividing. So we have negative 215 plus 5. Now what do we do when we're adding and we have a whole bunch of negatives and then we're adding to it positives? Do we add? No. We actually subtract. So we're going to take 215 minus 5, and we get 210, but there's more negatives, so the answer is going to be negative. Bring down this side, and we can see that our left side matches the right side, so our answer, negative 43, should be correct.